All right, let's take a look at bypassing authentication page using SQL injection. So here I'm at an authentication page. Let me try to use a basic password, invalid credentials, as we would expect. So how would we bypass this if the backend database housing the login information were a SQL database? First, we'd have to find that out. An easy way to do that is to add a single quote in one of the fields and attempt to log in. That usually forces the database on the back end to cough up an error message. And as we can see here, this error message actually tells us a lot. So we know this is a SQL database, specifically MySQL Server. We've got some information here about the hashing algorithm. Looks like it's salted. All right, so we're going to go back. Let's refresh. And let's try to bypass this. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to explain this in a second, is I'm just going to put an arbitrary value in here. And then I'm going to put or 1 equals 1. So I'm not going to put anything in the password. I'm just going to put X single quote or 1 equals 1 dash dash forward slash forward slash. Let's see what happens. There we are. We're in. Okay, so why did that work? Let me bring up mousepad here and I'm going to explain. Okay, so here's our mousepad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain this. Let's go back. Let's refresh. Let's put the value back in here. And we're going to copy this to mousepad. So here's what this is doing. So imagine the select statement on the back end. It's saying most likely, a typical select statement, select username and password from the login where equals and okay. So there is a standard SQL query. So what this is saying is to select the username field and the password field from the login table. Give me any results where the username field matches the user input in the website and the password field matches the password that's input in the website. Obviously, we saw that that hashing algorithm in our error message. So it takes the password that you enter, most likely performs a hashing algorithm and compares the hash from the password you've passed to what it has stored in the database. So it's not storing the passwords in clear text. We could tell that just by that error message. So again, select the username and password from the login table where the username equals the username from the site and the password equals the password from the site. It's an AND operator, not an OR. So both statements have to be true. The username you pass and the password have to match a username and password from the login table in one record. It's not, a staggered approach. So all we really did here is, okay, we don't know any of the usernames, we don't know any of the passwords, but we know it's running SQL. So let's see if we can kind of trick the query. So what this essentially is doing is let's take it and we're going to put it right here. And I'm going to show you what happened here. Select username and password from login where username equals X. There's most likely no username in that table or database or table that equals X. But we have an OR statement, not an AND statement. So, or 1 equals 1. Well, 1 does equal 1. It's a true statement. So at this point, all right, that 1 equals 1. There's no username name X, but 1 does equal 1. So let's move to the next statement. Well, here's what we've done. We've ended the query and commented out the rest of the statement. So being that we have or, like I said, 1 does equal 1. It's trying to move to the rest of the statement. If we didn't comment out here, it would fail because we wouldn't have the password correct. We're just telling it comment everything else out. Don't pay any attention to that. So Hence, this is all we need to enter to be able to log into the database. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.